Good evening. You're watching the news at 6 with me, Ishan Russell. The news at 6 is all about the day's biggest developing stories, and we'll be filling in on them over the next half hour. But first, the headlines that we're tracking right now. The RBI brings down key interest rate by 0.25%, introduces measures to increase liquidity in the economy, indicates more accommodative stance for the productive sector. Prime Minister Narendra Modi launches the Stand Up India initiative in Noida. Initiative is aimed at promoting entrepreneurship among the scheduled castes, scheduled tribes and women. NIA refutes reports in the Pakistani media, says India provided all the evidence demanded by its joint investigation team probing the Pathankot attacks. India gets its fastest train with an average speed of 160 kilometers per hour. Gatiman Express travels from Delhi to Agra in just 100 minutes. And the government orders multi-agency investigation into the Panama Paper leaks. The opposition wants the leak case handed to the Supreme Court. Our top story this evening about the RBI's credit policy review, and the BSE Sensex plunged by over 500 points as the RBI cut the repo rate by 25 basis points, although it was in line with market expectations. Now, RBI Governor Raghuram Rajan said that the rate cut should be seen in conjunction with the new loan pricing method that has already resulted in lending rates coming down by almost 0.5%.
The Reserve Bank of India has brought down key interest rates by 0.25% and introduced a host of measures to smoothen liquidity supply. This will help productive sectors and also indicates an accommodative stance going ahead.
After reviewing the economic outlook and prospects, the Reserve Bank of India cut the policy rate by a further 25 basis points. This means we have cut interest rates by a total of 150 basis points since the beginning of the accommodative cycle.
In the first bi-monthly monetary policy review for 2016-17, the repo rate, which is the rate at which RBI lends to the financial system, has also come down to 6.5%. The reduction in the policy rate will help strengthen growth.
And increase the rate at which banks can deposit at the RBI by 25 basis points so as to narrow the interest rate corridor.
The RBI's announcement of 25 basis points is therefore in line with the direction in which government would like the economy to move. And the banks have also, some of the banks have already reset their interest rates, taking into account the marginal cost of lending, the MCLR. They have taken that into account and done some amount of reduction of rates. Consequent to all these measures and consequent to the RBI's announcement today, the banks will perhaps need to do some more of transmission of the reduction in the policy rates by the RBI.
The central bank also retained its GDP growth forecast at 7.6%, assuming the monsoon will be normal and consumption will get a boost through the implementation of the 7th pay panel recommendations.
Now, in coordination with the RBI, we really have to amplify both the fiscal initiatives as well as the monetary initiatives that are now in the pipeline. And that really is what we are working on now, is to amplify the policy actions that we have undertaken. As we do so, we believe that we will provide the boost to the economy.
The cut was broadly in line with expectations. However, the stock market reacted negatively and the Sensex was down nearly 300 points. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
And senior journalist Priyaranjan Das joins us in the studio to help us understand, Priyaranjan, as far as the benefits for the common man, let's understand that first. Does this mean cheaper rates, cheaper loans for us?
See, since January 2015, Reserve Bank of India has brought down its policy rate by 150 basis points, that is 1.5 percentage point. But the banks have been able to reduce their lending rate, be it for home loan or car loans or consumer loans, by much less, by about 60 basis point. Now, the transmission has been, the policy transmission into the bank actual lending rates of the banks has been low. Now, this time, what the Reserve Bank has done is has tried to take care of, one major factor that the banks had been citing, that for which they have not been able to lower lending rates. Thereby, they are saying that they have a cash crunch. So, the Reserve Bank of India has tried to inject liquidity and take care of the liquidity issue that the bank has been raising. That is number one. But you see, given that from April 1st, the new loan pricing norms also have come into play, and that is based on the marginal cost of funds. Now, that being the case, banks have already adjusted or lowered their lending rates to an extent.
Right.
Now, this additional 25 basis point cut that the Reserve Bank has done in the rate in which it injects cash into the economy, that should further help, along with the steps that it is proposed for easing the cash crunch that the banks have been complaining. But the main issue are twofold.
Right.
Number one is that the credit demand as such is very low, and consequently the credit offtake is low. And number two is the bank's ability to actually lend so that economic activities gather pace. That ability has to an extent also suffering because of the poor balance sheet
the
conditions
NPAs
of the banks.
Yeah.
That is, the banks are saddled with bad loans. Now, these are issues that are not going to go away in a hurry. And so, for the time, the Reserve Bank, the first policy this financial year has done the right signaling, and that should result in some reduction in lending rates.
Okay.
Particularly since government has already played its part in two ways. Number one, by keeping its own deficit low.
Right.
It has enabled the Reserve Bank to actually go in for a softer interest regime. Number two is that the small saving rates, including rates for Vikas Patra and Public Provident Fund and all these small saving rates have been reduced. That also enables the banks to adjust their deposit rates, because they have been, so they will offer less, their cost of fund becomes lower.
Okay.
And that should help them to lower the lending rates.
Also, another figure that I wanted to talk about was the RBI's projection for inflation at 5%. Now, Raghuram Rajan had said that this would be around the number that they would project to keep inflation at the Indian economy, not just the RBI alone, of course. But in terms of, as far as the inflation bogey is concerned, is that under control now?
Yes, because the latest inflation figure is 5.17%. And the RBI is targeting by March 2017 inflation to be at 5%. RBI has also estimated that the 7th Pay Commission, when it is implemented, the impact of that could be, half a percentage point or even a full percentage point increase in the inflation rate. But also, the monsoon is a big factor. One has to look out for. But looking at a 5% target for the year end, March 2017, that target looks very much, on track.
All right, Priya Ranjan Dash, we leave it over there. But thank you very much for coming in and helping us understand the real meaning of the RBI rate cut. Well, moving on now, as far as Prime Minister Modi was concerned, he's in Noida today, where he launched the Stand Up India initiative. He also distributed e-rickshaws under the Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana on the occasion. Now, the Stand Up India initiative promotes entrepreneurship among scheduled castes, scheduled tribes and women by facilitating loans in the range of 10 lakh rupees to 1 crore rupees. Each branch of a scheduled commercial bank will facilitate at least 2 such loans. A web portal was also launched to enable online registration and support services. Uttar Pradesh Governor Ram Nayak, Union Finance Minister Arun Jaitley, Union Minister of State for Culture and Tourism Dr. Mahesh Sharma and Union Minister of State for Finance Jayant Sinha were present on the occasion.
अगर अवसर मिलने पर हम कुछ कर सकते हैं तो अवसर मिलने पर मेरे दलित और आदिवासी भाई बहन भी उतना ही उत्तम काम कर सकते हैं और देश को बहुत योगदान दे सकते हैं। और इसलिए जीवन के हर क्षेत्र में समाज का जो आखिरी छोर पर बैठा हुआ व्यक्ति है उसको आगे आने का अवसर मिलना चाहिए। उसको किसी की कृपा पर जीने के लिए मजबूर नहीं होना चाहिए।
Now, the National Investigation Agency today dismissed claims that India did not cooperate with the Pakistani Joint Investigation Team on the Pathankot attack issue. Denying Pakistani reports stating that India did not provide solid evidence to the team, the NIA said that on the contrary, India had provided proof in the form of intercepts, phone records, DNA of the terrorists and other things. And even additional information, as the Pakistani JIT demanded, had been given. Reports circulating in the Pakistani media claim that the JIT is accusing India of stage managing the Pathankot attack in order to use it as vicious propaganda against Islamabad. The NIA claimed that this was being done by an element within Pakistan that wants to create confusion. It also added that the Indian Investigation Agency will not fall into such a trap. Now, India today got its fastest train, the Gatiman Express. The train travelled from Delhi to Agra in just 100 minutes, a journey that normally used to take 2 to 3 hours by train.
Railway Minister Suresh Prabhu flagging off the country's fastest train for its maiden journey from New Delhi to Agra. The new train can reach a maximum speed of 160 kilometers per hour. It will run 6 days a week except on Fridays.
गतिमान एक्सप्रेस ये हमारे रेल के लिए एक बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण कदम है। हमने ये तय किया है कि पूरे देश में चलने वाली जितनी भी गाड़ियां हैं वो सभी रेलगाड़ियां आज के ज्यादा स्पीड से चले। हमारी ये कोशिश है कि आम जनता जिस गाड़ी से सफर करती है वो गाड़ी भी ऐसी स्पीड से चले कि उनके डेस्टिनेशन में पहुंचने के लिए उनको कोई भी दिक्कत ना आए।
The Delhi-Agra journey that normally takes almost 3 hours can now be completed in less than 2. The launch of the semi-high-speed train heralds a new era of rail travel in the country. The train boasts of 12 AC coaches, hostesses in each compartment, free Wi-Fi facility, automatic doors, among the many other facilities on offer.
ऑन-बोर्ड एंटरटेनमेंट प्रोवाइड किया गया है जो कि अभी तक किसी भी ट्रेन सर्विस में नहीं है। इसमें पहला होगा ताकि यात्री अपने पीरियड में जब वहाँ बैठते हैं 100 मिनट की जर्नी है, उस 100 मिनट की जर्नी में उनको बहुत बेहतरीन केटरिंग सुविधाएं दी जाएंगी। ऑन बोर्ड जितनी भी क्लीनलीनेस की सर्विसेज हैं और बाकी हमारे जितने भी मैनेजमेंट है वो सारी सर्विसेज होंगी। उसके साथ साथ में एंटरटेनमेंट उनको प्रोवाइड किया जाएगा तो उनकी जर्नी बहुत अच्छी, उनका जो एक्सपीरियंस है पूरी जर्नी का यहाँ से आगरा तक वो बहुत बेहतर होगा।
कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि जैसा फ्लाइट में देते हैं सुविधा वैसे सेम टू सेम ट्रेन में भी शुरुआत करें। अब ये शुरुआत है हमारी, अब आगे देखते हैं कैसे चलता है। पूरा 100% देने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं हम तो। फ्लाइट में जैसे सुविधा मिल रही है उनको ट्रेन में भी मिले, कस्टमर कंफर्टेबल हो।
The journey will cost upwards of 700 rupees for an AC chair car seat and almost 1500 rupees for an executive AC chair car seat. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Time now to take a look at what else has been making news around the country and nationwide. Over 55 people have died due to sunstroke and heatwave related problems in the last 1 month in Telangana. The Met Department has issued a heatwave warning in several districts of the state. An avalanche warning has been issued for higher areas of Jammu and Kashmir. An advisory reporting medium danger avalanche warning was issued for areas above 3,500 meters altitude of Ganderbal and Kargil districts of Jammu and Kashmir. Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar today announced a ban on Indian-manufactured foreign brands and all types of liquors in the state of Bihar. He said the announcement was being made after the experience of the last 4 days. The Bihar government has already banned liquor since April 1st this year. The government laboratory in Mysore today submitted its report to the Supreme Court regarding the presence of monosodium glutamate in Maggi. Nestle today told the court that the monosodium glutamate occurs naturally in Maggi and is not an added flavor. Supreme Court will further hear arguments on test results on the 19th of July. Odisha Chief Minister Naveen Patnaik today launched the first set of 100 English medium schools under the Odisha Adarsh Vidyalaya scheme. Patnaik formally inaugurated the first model school at Sasan Ambagaon at Hinjli, his assembly constituency in the Ganjam district today. Speaking on the occasion, Patnaik said in all 214 such schools will be open soon. Time for us to take a short break. Lots more on the other side. Do stay tuned.
Tales that inspire. Stories of social change. A salute to diversity. Promoting public discourse. Events that motivate. Inspiring the innovative spirit. Watch Rajya Sabha television documentaries on Rajya Sabha television.
Welcome back. You're watching the news at 6. Time now for all our election-related news in our special segment, Verdict 2016. Now, the Congress released its list of 83 candidates for the assembly polls in Kerala. That includes the names of 33 of 39 sitting legislators. The list was released by the All India Congress Committee a week after the final round of talks began in Delhi. The party said it will soon announce the names of candidates for the 3 more constituencies. As expected, 6 sitting legislators did not find place in the list. After a long tiff with State Congress President V.M. Sudhiran, Chief Minister Oommen Chandy managed to get his cabinet colleagues K. Babu, K.C. Joseph and Adur Prakash and also legislator Dominic Presentation tickets, but was unable to save his close aide Behanand. Behanand was reportedly ejected by the party Vice President Rahul Gandhi, meant as a move to placate Sudhiran. The Tamil Nadu's ruling AIADMK will field the record highest 227 candidates in the assembly elections, with Chief Minister J. Jayalalitha contesting from flood-battered Chennai. Even as the allies in the remaining 7 seats will seek votes on the AIADMK symbol, Jayalalitha announced the candidates list, saying that she will seek re-election from the R.K. Nagar constituency in North Chennai, an area that was badly affected in the unprecedented December floods. The decision is significant as opposition parties were hoping to make the government's handling of the floods in the city a major election plank. AIADMK General Secretary also said that her party will contest all 30 seats in Puducherry and put up 7 candidates in Tamil areas of Kerala. However, the most significant part of the announcement of the candidates was the fact that the AIADMK has not given tickets to more than 100 sitting MLAs, including ministers. Instead, Jayalalitha rewarded those who switched loyalties to her party from the DMDK, DMK and PMK. Now, news from back home, where the opposition today slammed the multi-agency investigation into the Panama Papers expose, alleging that some names in the report are Prime Minister Modi's friends. It also demanded a Supreme Court-monitored probe into the issue. The Panama Papers revealed the name of 500 Indians for alleged offshore holdings and come at a time when the SIT on black money is finalizing its new action-taken report.
A day after the government promised a multi-agency investigation into the Panama Papers expose, the opposition losing no time in calling it an attempt to brush aside the issue. It has demanded that the leak case be handed to the Supreme Court that is already looking into the black money issue.
What is it that Modi ji wants to hide in these 500 names? What is his government scared of? Why is his government not proceeding to hand over these 500 names to Supreme Court's bench, which is investigating black money?
कितना विश्वास सरकार पे किया जाए कि सरकार वाकई में ईमानदारी से काला धन लाने की कोशिश कर रही है, हालांकि उसमें हो सकता है कि उनके कुछ मित्रों का या उनके अपने साथियों का भी नाम शामिल हो, इसको टोटली इनकार नहीं किया जा सकता। लेकिन ये बात बिल्कुल सच है कि जब सुप्रीम कोर्ट की जज जो हैं वो SIT फॉर्मुलेट करके इस पर काम कर रहे हैं तो उन्हें सौंपना चाहिए।
The government's probe team includes officers from the Central Board of Direct Taxes Financial Intelligence Unit, its Tax Research Unit and RBI officials. It has also promised to take all necessary action to get maximum information from all sources, including foreign governments.
We have constituted a multi-agency group to monitor all the information and to collect further information in this regard. That multi-agency group will comprise of various government agencies which deal with this subject, the CBDT, the FIU, the FT&TR, as also the representatives of the Reserve Bank. They will continuously monitor these, and whichever accounts are found to be unlawful, strict action as per existing law is going to be taken against them.
The papers exposes nearly 500 Indians who had used Panama to park their money. Reports suggest that some of the offshore accounts may have been used for tax evasion. Not just individuals, the expose by the Indian Express revealed details of unknown deals involving the government and some cricket franchises. Among the well-known Indians are Amitabh Bachchan, Aishwarya Rai Bachchan, KP Singh of DLF, erstwhile Lok Satta Party politician Anurag Kejriwal, Adani Enterprises chairman Gautam Adani's brother Vinod Adani, and India Bulls Samir Gehlot. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
Now, the fallout from the leaked Panama Papers continues. Iceland's PM is facing a no-confidence vote over his alleged overseas accounts, even as his countrymen have asked for his resignation. Other leaders who've been named are also feeling the heat. Many countries, including Spain, France, Netherlands and Australia, have launched investigations.
Close to 10,000 protesters gathered outside Iceland's parliament building, demanding the resignation of Prime Minister Sigmundur David Gunnlaugsson, echoing the call of the opposition, which has planned a no-confidence vote. This is the fallout of the leaked documents that show Prime Minister Gunnlaugsson's wife owning a tax haven-based company with large claims on the country's collapsed banks. This impact is just the tip of the iceberg.
I'm just protesting like the rest of the nation, it appears.
What are you protesting?
I would like the Prime Minister to resign.
The extent of the situation was a total surprise. So that's why I'm here.
Gunnlaugsson is just one of a number of world leaders facing scrutiny since the Panama Papers leak came about. The claims are based on millions of documents hacked from Mossack Fonseca, a Panamanian law firm. Many world leaders, including Ukrainian President Petro Poroshenko, Argentine President Mauricio Macri, Pak Prime Minister Nawaz Sharif, and influential figures like footballer Lionel Messi and Michael Platini, have denied being involved in anything illegal.
Que hay algo positivo en el mundo en que vivimos, que cada vez se avanza hacia una mayor transparencia, ¿no? Y cada vez hay más conocimiento público de informaciones que antes eran de difícil acceso. En el caso particular de lo que a mí me compete,
I don't have a comment on the specific allegations that are included in those documents, but I can tell you that the United States continues to be a leading advocate for increased transparency in the international financial system. And in working against illicit financial transactions and in fighting corruption.
The Kremlin has also called suggestions that President Vladimir Putin is associated with the scandal as nothing concrete and nothing new, while China has responded with online censorship and restricting access to reports. Panama documents names relatives of current and retired Chinese politicians, including President Xi Jinping.
捕风捉影的东西，我们不做评论。
However, individual countries have begun their own investigations. Spain is investigating its Prime Minister and footballer Lionel Messi. UK has asked the International Consortium of Investigative Journalists for access to the data and promised to act on it swiftly and appropriately. The US Justice Department has also said it is reviewing the documents, while France has warned of penalties for anyone found to have dodged tax through shell companies or unregistered accounts. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV.
That's all from us. Goodbye.